Hi everybody, 13th December, and another day in my daily diaries of how I'm now coping with the loss of my wife due to Parkinson's. Today's been a mixed day. Got up okay. Well, I had a half decent sleep last night, so that helps. I got up at about 8 o'clock-ish, something like that, and washed and fed and washed and dressed, and then I was off at the charity shop for 10 o'clock because they didn't open till 10. But I'd seen my neighbour across the road, the kind neighbour who's brought me food and stuff. Anyway, so she had a sewing machine, what she used to do a lot of sewing with, well, going back to when we used to sew the cushions and the pillows, which is always, sewn and repaired stuff. Anyway, I was giving that to charity shop. There was that and loads of cottons and stuff. Anyway, I asked Vicky if she wanted it, so she said, well, her sister does sewing, so she took it for her sister. So at least it's going to someone who's going to use it, so which I'm glad of. But she loved that bloody sewing machine, Angie. It's always repairing. I mean, she's never used it while we've been here, and she hadn't used it for a good 12 months before we left the old place, just because of her Parkinson's. But she's had that sewing machine for years. Yeah, so that was sad this morning to see that go. And then I went to the charity shop and I give them the wheelchair that I used to leave in the house and push Angie around on in the house rather than having a walk when she got to the stage where she was falling. So I'll give the charity shop that as well, and some other bits out of the loft. And so I come away from there feeling a bit, naff, as I was sort of giving, I don't know, as I shouldn't have been giving it away. But and then I went to Bev's, the lady we know who's got Parkinson's, from the Parkinson's meeting groups, and I give Bev Angie's wheelchair that I used to push her outdoors in. It's a better wheelchair, that one, and all. The other one was fine, it was a bit smaller, but it was ideal for getting in and around through doorways in the house. Anyway, this one was nice one, a big, thick, nice cushion to it. Because I know she's going to need it shortly, because when I'm on my way, so the door's unlocked, just come in. Anyway, so I took it in, and she said she'd had a fall and all. Fell out the patio door onto, outside, but luckily her son was in, because she lives at home with her son. So it just brought memories back again from Angie falling, and and just exactly what were going on. So I said, be careful, Bev, because when Angie, remember, she broke her wrist, snapped her arm completely across here, dislocated her shoulder, So yeah, that was, and I give her the four-wheeled walking frame, that Angie never used. She tried it once and never got around, so because that was it, then she stopped walking. I said, Angie, you need to go in your wheelchair. So I give Bev that as well, because she has one or two, but this was like a new one, and I think it was a bit bigger and sturdier than the one she's using. So I hope she's all right with it, Bev. So, but again, my mind just started wandering over things that I think I was tending to forget. The struggle Angie would have in, and the falls prior to using a wheelchair and that. Hey, bastard disease. It is so. So yeah, so then I came back here, had a bit of sandwiches, whatever he had, I can't remember. And then got stuck in outside in my garden. So to be fair to myself, I've got loads done today. My garden's done. It's all pots emptied and all stacked up to one side, ready to go. All the pots that I've got, you know, plants in. Yeah, my garden furniture. You know, that I had a table and chairs that I'd actually got from Dunelm last summer. Anyway, it started rusting, so I'm not taking it with me again. So Vicky, my neighbour's, having it, along with the rattan settee thing with cushions and a table, and I think there's three little stools to it. So I managed to I left it all on the front because her and a chap were coming over for it after 12, but then the cars went missing. I know she's always having trouble with the little girl, the autistic girl. I'd sent a few messages anyway, and I was just got out of the shower earlier, and my doorbell went, and it was Vicky. She just said, "I've just moved it all," because I'd left it all at the front of the house on the drive. I'd texted her and let her know earlier. She said, "I've just seen your text," and yeah, she'd had been having a bit of a problem with little one. So anyway, so all that's gone. But again, I'm, you know, wandering and going on and remembering and moving, you know, and Vicky's got, you know, the little daughter, and who's autistic, who's always backwards and forwards from the hospital. So there's nobody really, is there, that has, you know, no issues. There's nobody. And everybody's issues are the worst, aren't they? You know, your own troubles and issues are worse than everybody else's. You know, so I know. So yeah, so I've been on a bit of a downer. I just made myself chips and sausage for my tea. I was going to do veg, and I couldn't be bothered. So, and I was grubby, I was tired, because I've been at it all day. So pleased with myself though for what I've got done. I've even took the TV off the wall here as well. I have a TV in the corner, so that's off as well now. So there really is not that much to do, he says. The biggest job now is getting the stuff down out the loft. So I'm just waiting for grandson to come up when he finishes. He's working down London, so he usually come done at weekends and come home, but he said the job's coming to an end, so they're staying and finishing the job, and then once the job's done, that's it, they break up for Christmas. So it'll be within the next few days, he'll be done and be home, so he'll come up and just give me a lift, get him down. So yeah, so I just feel a bit flatter now, even though we did. My mind, you know, was stuck into going off with stuff today. I know, so I think I'm gonna have a beer. I think I'm gonna have a cold beer, and then have a bit of a chat with Mr. Daniels, and then watch some TV and probably go to bed early again tonight. Going over to Angie's garden tomorrow. I've got the stuff in the car already. I'm meeting the granddaughter over there as well with her two lads. Don't know a time yet. We've not discussed that, so I'm going to get over. So I hope the weather's right. I'll go and get myself a nice plant on the way out. There's a garden centre not far from me. I'll go there instead of going Morrison's. I'll get one from the garden centre, a nice plant then. So yeah, I hope get over there and I hope and get it sorted, and I hope it's been topped up as well. You know, so yeah. So yeah, that's me done. So after having a couple of good positive days as well. It's this bloody grief thing. It's properly here. People say it's like a roller coaster. It really is. But you don't know when the high and the low bit's coming. At least on a roller coaster you can see them coming. This fucking grief thing, you don't. It just appears. Yeah, so anyway, I'm gonna get off, and just one little story that I was remembering today. Years and years ago, she started going to Weight Watchers. One of her friends, and of course, you know, well, I think it was a midweek or something. And this particular week, she insisted that the scales were wrong, the way you women do. No, they're wrong. They're definitely wrong. Get them checked. And Angie being Angie, you know, makes it, and you know, insisted. Anyway, so the week after, got an announcement to make. We had our scales checked last week, and they're wrong. So Angie went, "Yeah, I told you so." The woman said, "Yeah, well, they're a pound under." So everybody looks at it. So they're all a pound heavier now than they thought they was. Oh no, bloody hell, woman. Right, okay, on that little bit of a giggle, I'm going to get off, get my beer, and I'll do another one tomorrow. So as per usual, you take care now. Bye.